Good morning, coaches. Ryan Rosmanowski with Game Day USA, going through the coaches meeting and the virtual coaches check-in for the national championships this weekend. First off, just want to thank you all for choosing the Game Day USA National Championships. Our team is here at our office in Naperville, getting ready, finalizing all the final details for the event, and we look forward to seeing you guys in a couple days. When you guys arrive on site at your specific location, you will go to the tournament headquarters and receive a coach's folder, just like the one I'm holding here. In this video, we're just gonna go through some of the things that you guys are going to receive and kind of explain a little bit to ease the process once you guys are on site. So if you can open up the folder for me, we'll go through the most important things. First and most important are the red scorecards. At the end of each game, you will have to fill out the red scorecard. Win or lose, both teams are gonna do it. After your game, make sure you turn it in to a staff member, whether at Tournament Central or one of the gates, so that the scores can be recorded correctly. If there's a discrepancy with the scores, the tournament staff will speak to the coaches and figure out what the exact score is. That one run could be the difference between being in the gold bracket or the silver bracket, so we want to make sure that everything is correct. As we continue to go through this side of this folder, we have the Game Day USA rules. The rules have been sent to you coaches prior to the event and have posted on the website and have also been communicated to all of our umpires. We give you guys another set of rules here, just as an example if you need to go back to anything while on site. Make sure to take a read through it, as there are specific different rules that may be different than what you guys currently use in your normal league play. When we flip into the rules, one thing that I want to point out is the pitching recommendations. Here at Game Day USA, we do partner with Major League Baseball and USA Baseball with their pitching recommendations. We do not force teams to go by these recommendations, but really just want to give you guys all the information so you can make sure that your players are safe and they have proper arm health with a proper amount of rest. On page 4 of the rules, there's a total number of pitches and then the recommended rest days for each individual aged player. Be sure to take a look at that. Next are the MVP tags. If you have played in Game Day USA tournaments before, you understand the MVP tags and the MVP process. At the end of each game, you as a coach will give a player on the opposing team an MVP tag. This can be the best player, the kid who stands out in that game, or any player that you think deserves to be recognized. This could be for a great play, great character act, or just great sportsmanship. A kid that went above and beyond from what you normally would see. I'll talk a little bit more about the MVP tags in just a few minutes when we get into our All-Star weekends, but just wanted to touch as to what was in the folder there. When we go to the other side of the folder, the first thing that you're gonna see is the skills competition and home run derby sheet. On Thursday evening, there will be a skills competition and home run derby that we hope all teams and all players will participate in. This is not a mandatory event, but it's definitely a fun way for the players to come out, compete with other kids of the same age, and not have to worry about winning or losing a game. The 4 events that will take place is the home run derby, the road runner, the around the horn, and the golden arm. Like I said, we hope for all the players to participate. Well, we want everyone to be active in this. They're only able to have 2 players for each team in the home run derby, just due to the amount of time that it takes. After the home run derby, we will have the coaches home run derby, which is giving those kids an opportunity to laugh at their coaches and the coaches an opportunity to get out there and try to hit one to the fence. If you have any questions about this form, you can talk to our tournament director or on-site staff when you check in, and they'll be able to better explain it. You do not need to fill the form out prior to the event. Just make sure that you bring the form for the skills competition so that our event staff knows the names of the players participating and can have all the information there and can record the scores properly. As we continue to go through the left side, there will be some sponsorship material. The one sponsor that will be on site in Milwaukee this weekend will be Batter Up Sports. They have some great offerings for baseball products that you guys should definitely take a look at. With the Game Day USA discount, you get a number of opportunities at a discounted price for products that you'll be using on a regular basis. As we look at the folder, the other thing that we want to point out is the social media aspect of it. All the social media tags are on the bottom inside pocket of the folder. social media today is the heartbeat of the youth. So as much as you guys can post your videos, pictures, experiences on social media and tag us in them, we appreciate it. We want your friends and family at home to be able to follow along, as well as have our staff be able to follow along throughout the entire process. Now I just want to go to a few venue reminders. In Milwaukee this weekend, there are turf infields across the board. Please be sure that you cannot wear metal spikes on the turf infields. Make sure to always have molded or turf shoes for all players so they can make sure they're playing the entire time. Also, with the turf, sunflower seeds and peanut shells are prohibited at the entire complex. Do not bring these around because the facility does have the authority to possibly kick you guys out of the event. So please do not bring those. That was great, Holly. Another topic is the umpires. All of our umpires are paid professionals. They are out there to do the job to the best of their abilities. As coaches, we want to make sure that you guys are treating them with respect, just as you expect them to treat you with respect. If there's an issue, please make sure and go talk to them, approach them in a professional manner. If you are approachable as a coach, the conversation is going to be great and you're going to work through any problems. If there are any issues with the specific umpires on your field, there's an umpire in charge at every tournament, and you can always reach out to him and he can address the umpires and deal with issues that you guys cannot work through on the field specifically. Now we're going to go back to the All-Star events and the MVP tags. The MVP tags qualify each individual player for an All-Star event. What happens when a player receives an MVP tag? First, it's a great accomplishment. That player is going to go up to Tournament Central. He is going to take the marker, fill out the back of his MVP tag, as well as the bottom part of the MVP tag. The bottom part will be teared off and put in the ballot box that is at Tournament Central. That will automate an email to that player the following week, congratulating him on the All-Star, on being selected for an All-Star event and qualifying for that All-Star event, as well as enter him into a raffle for all the MVPs throughout the entire season. The top part of the tag becomes a bag tag that player can put on his bat bag, backpack, or just travel with him. It's a badge of honor, something that he's accomplished and a great accomplishment. We have 17 different All-Star events throughout the United States, as far east as New York, as far south as Branson, Missouri, and the main concentrations here within the Midwest. So go to GameDayUSA.com/All-Star and you can see all the All-Star events. We look forward to having you guys qualify and register for those events, and we look forward to seeing you guys again. The top All-Stars from each individual event will be invited to participate in a Disney baseball event at ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando. Those participants will represent Game Day USA and be on Game Day USA teams. This is the top level of these players, and we hope that your player, your son, your daughter are the ones that are participating in these events with us. The next step after our All-Star events are our Junior All-American Games. When receiving an MVP tag, those individual players not only qualify for the All-Star event, but also for the Junior All-American Games. We have 4 Junior All-American Game events, all on holiday weekends. The first one is Columbus Day weekend in October, and that's been taking place in Jupiter, Florida, at the spring training home of the St. Louis Cardinals and Florida Marlins. Next is Thanksgiving weekend in Sarasota, Florida, and that event is taking place at the spring training home of the Baltimore Orioles. The third is Martin Luther King weekend in January, and that event is taking place in West Palm Beach at the brand new facility for the Washington Nationals and Houston Astros. And finally, President's Day weekend in Tucson, Arizona, which is taking place at the former home of the Chicago White Sox. New this year is a one-day parent-player camp. That event is either taking place on the day prior or the day after the Junior All-American Games. This gives you as a parent, as a coach, the opportunity to be on the field, work on your skills and your coaching skills to help your son or daughter improve and build their skill set. This will be run by our paid professional coaches and our collegiate scouts that'll be on site. So it's an experience and one that you'll never have another opportunity to participate in. The final thing we want to touch base on here today is communication. Obviously, with baseball tournaments, weather is something that has bothered a ton of us. All of our communication will be sent out through our text message system. Every head coach's cell phone number has been entered into our system, and you will be the one that is receiving the text messages throughout the entire weekend. If there are weather updates, tournament updates, seating updates, anything in regards to the tournament, a text message will be sent out. Please keep your phones close and keep an eye out for those text messages throughout the entire weekend. There will be no other communication directly from our office in regards to the tournament, so if you have tournament-specific questions, find any one of our staff members on site and you can ask them and they'll be able to address the topic or the question and get you an answer as quick as possible. Now, it's time to play some baseball. Thank you guys again for coming out. We look forward to seeing you on site, and good luck this weekend.